So I want to start talking about a lot of the Pokemon movies that I grew up watching as a kid, because there's a lot of different movies that I want to go through and just, express how I feel about them. And obviously today we're going to be starting with the very first Pokemon movie, which was Pokemon, the first film. And I was only 2 years old when this film came out, so I really wasn't able to experience it when it first came out, like when it was in the theaters. I was able to watch it a little bit later, but this movie, it was a really big thing for the Pokemon franchise. So I want to talk about exactly what that was around that time that really launched Pokemon into the stratosphere when it came to things like this. So I really do hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys have anything you want to say, as always, be sure to let me know in the comments. And without further ado, let's get straight into this. So when Pokemon the first movie hit theaters, Pokemon was already taking over the world. And I was only 2 years old in 1999, so my memories come from a few years later. But even then, Pokemon was inescapable, because by the late 90s, the franchise had exploded in the United States, with the anime airing daily. Game Boy games like Red and Blue selling like hotcakes, and trading cards sparkling playground debates. The movie arrived at the perfect moment, capitalizing on this frenzy to become a blockbuster event. The scale of Pokemon's popularity was just unreal, because by 1999, the franchise had only been in the US for about a year. But it was a sensation. The movie's release was hyped through TV ads, merchandise tie-ins, and even fast food promotions. It grossed around $85.7 million in the US alone, which was massive for an animated film back then. And for kids at the time, it felt like Pokemon was the center of the universe, and the movie was proof of its dominance. And what made this moment so special was how Pokemon united people. Growing up, I saw older cousins and friends obsessed with the franchise, and the movie was a shared experience for them. It wasn't just about watching a film, it was about being part of a global craze. The movie's success showed that Pokemon wasn't a passing trend, it was a cultural force that shaped childhoods, including mine, even if I was a bit late to the game. Looking back though, Pokemon the first movie was a high point of that early Pokemon wave. It captured the excitement of a franchise that felt limitless, and for someone like me discovering it later, it was a window into why Pokemon meant so much to many. The movie wasn't just a hit, it was a symbol of how Pokemon became a way of life for a generation. And the movie's story was a big reason it stood out, because when I first watched Pokemon the first movie on VHS tape, I expected fun battles, but I got something a lot deeper. Mewtwo, the cloned Pokemon. It wasn't just a cool character, he was wrestling with questions like, what's my purpose and do I belong? And as a kid, that hit me harder than I expected, making the movie feel special. And unlike the Pokemon anime, which focused on Ash's adventures and lighthearted battles, the movie took a darker turn. Mewtwo's origin, created by scientists and portrayed by humans. It was intense. His struggle to understand his identity gave the film a weight that set it apart. And I remember feeling conflicted, rooting for Mewtwo even though he was the antagonist. That complexity was rare for a kids movie, and that itself made it memorable. And the story's climax, where Mew and Mewtwo face off, deliver a powerful message about the value of life and the futility of conflict. I won't spoil it, but that moment stuck with me. It was simple enough for kids to grasp, but meaningful enough to linger. The movie didn't talk down to its audience, which is why it resonated so strongly. Even watching it now, Mewtwo's story feels timeless. It's not just a Pokemon tale, it's a universal one about identity and belonging. And for a franchise known for battles and catching creatures, this movie showed that Pokemon could tackle big ideas, and that depth is a huge reason why Pokemon the first movie left such a lasting impact. Music of Pokemon the first movie was another reason it felt so big. Because growing up, I had the soundtrack on CD, and I played it constantly. Tracks like the Pokemon theme or Brother by Blessed Union of Souls instantly took me back. The music wasn't just catchy, it amplified the movie's emotions and made it truly unforgettable. The film's score, composed by John Loeffler and others, gave every scene a cinematic feel. whether it was the tension of Mewtwo's creation or the excitement of a Pokemon battle. Music made everything feel epic. The pop songs, though, were the real stars. Songs like If Only Tears Could Bring You Back by Midnight Suns added heart to the movie's heaviest moments. I still get goosebumps thinking about how they fit into the story. What's impressive is how the soundtrack became its own phenomenon. It peaked at number 8 on the Billboard 200, which is incredible for a kids movie. Kids everywhere were singing these songs, and the music became part of Pokemon's identity. And for me, it was a way to relive the Pokemon movie when I wasn't watching it. And the soundtrack's lasting appeal shows why the movie was such a milestone. It wasn't just about visuals, it was about feeling the story through music. Those songs captured the excitement and heart of Pokemon in 1999, and there's still a time capsule of that era, and if you haven't heard it lately, give it a listen. It's just pure nostalgia. And Pokemon the first movie didn't just succeed, it set the stage for Pokemon's massive global legacy. When I got into Pokemon as a kid, the franchise was already huge, but this movie was a turning point. Its success in 1999 proved Pokemon could be more than a game or a show. It could dominate theaters and cultures worldwide. The movie's global box office, $172.7 million, showed Pokemon's universal appeal. It wasn't just a hit in the US, kids in Japan, Europe, and beyond were hooked. The story's themes, friendship, identity, and peace crossed borders, making Pokemon a shared language. And for me, discovering the movie later showed how Pokemon connected people everywhere. This success paved the way for over 20 plus Pokemon movies since. Mewtwo Strikes Back proved the franchise could tell cinematic stories, inspiring films featuring Pokemon like Lugia, Entei, etc. so on. It also gave Nintendo confidence to expand the brand, from new games to merchandise, and growing up, I saw Pokemon everywhere, and this movie helped make that possible. Today, Pokemon is the highest grossing media franchise ever, worth over $100 billion. Pokemon, the first movie, was a key moment in that journey, and for fans like me, it's a reminder of how one film can shape a legacy. It showed the world what Pokemon could be, and its impact is why we're still catching them all today. So those are my thoughts on the very first Pokemon film. It definitely did a lot to really help the franchise continue to grow even further after its release. I mean, we got all these fun games, we got all these movies that we can go back to and watch at any time, and of course, you know, when it comes to the Pokemon anime, when it comes to Ash's adventures, there's always something that we could go back and rewatch as well. So I had fun talking about how the first movie was a really big thing in this video, so it was nice to express my thoughts when it came to the things that I wanted to talk about with you guys in this video. So now I'm gonna leave it up to you guys, because I want to hear how you guys feel about Pokemon the first movie and just what it did for the Pokemon franchise moving forward that really helped guide it to where we are now. Just let me know any sort of thoughts that are going through your head in the comment section down below. And if you guys enjoyed this video, as always, be sure to like and subscribe. I would really appreciate it. And if you guys want to follow me on my social media, be sure to check out my X, Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook. All the links to those are located in the description below, so make sure to follow me on there. Also, if you guys want to join my Discord server so we could talk about video games, horror, cartoons, TV shows, and movies, just like the movie that we talked about in today's video, be sure to click on my Discord server link. It is pinned in the comments. It will automatically direct you there so you can talk to me and other people on there. So be sure to click on that if you are interested in joining. Other than that, be sure to click on that bell for notifications so you guys are notified whenever I drop a new video. I hope you guys are having a fantastic day, wherever the day may be, if it's the daytime, the nighttime, or the evening. And I'll see you guys in the next video. As always, peace out.